Hello there, my friends. I'm Pittsburgh Pat, and I teach Dungeons and Dragons to kids in real life so that they will talk to each other and learn social skills. And this is the D&D starter set, Heroes of the Borderlands. And I use this to teach D&D, and I'm going to show you why right now. All right, so we are here, and I'm such an experienced YouTuber that my phone came out of the clamp. All right, so by the way, I have a request like everybody else, and I have a Patreon. So if you could subscribe and Patreon me, that'd be super. All right, cool. So the starter set comes with all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. It comes with this read me first thing. So it tells you like, okay, you got books, you got these little booklets. You can read with the adventures in them. You got like like starter kit, starter guide. You can punch out all these tokens. It has like character class sheets, really cool, not just like flimsy paper, but on like cards. It has cards for like background, species, class. It has item cards. It has all kinds of stuff. So here's all the contents, right? And this is the stuff for like all of the players. And then this is the stuff that's just for the DM. So that if somebody's very first time is playing this game, they can figure out what to look at and what's not going to spoil it. So this is like a description of the character sheet. So this is pretty cool. And I can do a video where I go into this in detail. But this whole box costs about $50 at your local gaming store. I highly recommend supporting your local gaming store. Now you can see this is well used. So this is not packed in the original fashion because the kids put this back together for me, and they did a pretty good job. But there's maps galore. So these are two-sided maps, and they are, as you can see, big, right? So like, and this is cave K, right? So it's too big for the camera actually. So you can see like it starts with cave A. If it goes to K, you can do the math, all right? And there's J on the other side. And so there's all these maps. So you could have like a class, like I taught a class of 15 that just got done. And I'm now going to teach a class of 14. So you can have multiple people on multiple maps doing multiple things. And the kids love these little details. And they did draw on my map. And I don't know, this doesn't, maybe with a little bit of liquid, this might dry erase. But that's okay. I'm cool with it. Yeah, so you've got tons of maps, and you've got the booklets, right? So you got the Keep on the Borderlands booklet. This is like social interaction mostly. This is probably the one that you do last because once they get some money, they want to go somewhere and spend it, right? So you can go in the gatehouse, it talks about the barn, it has little missions. These are mostly like fetch missions, like just basically to get the players like familiar with certain types of things, like a smith, where you might find at the fortress, you might find like some armor and that sort of thing. Here's a list of like what like the provisioner has for sale, so that's pretty cool, having a graphical representation of that. Pretty awesome. This is the menu at the tavern, so that's pretty cool. This is the healers menu, so that's pretty cool. This is the Caves of Chaos. So this is the one that goes with the maps that I just showed you. And you can see, like, it's already torn. This is well thumbed through. And the map here corresponds to the map that you show there. And this shows, like, the DM where to place the tokens when it's time. There's a pit trap here. You don't place that until they, like, trigger it, right? So, like, all kinds of cool stuff here. Mephit lair, Nothic lair, Goblin lair, Ogre lair, Hobgoblin lair, Shunned cave, Bugbear lair, Minotaur lair. That's I. Where's J and K? Because we looked at J and K. We know it's in here. J is the Knoll lair, and K is the Shrine of Evil Chaos. So you get to meet a whole bunch of different creatures here. Now here's the character sheets I was telling you about. So this has your basic stuff, right? Strength, you know, dex, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And then underneath each one of them, it has the corresponding skill, right? So I'm going to do skill checks. So this is cool because it tells the players which one affects which. But for reference later, they'll probably want a character sheet where they're alphabetical so they could go and find them really fast. And then here on the edges, you'll get like a background card. So if you're laying this down, you would put your background card here on the side, species card over here. I'll lay one of these to the side. It comes with a cleric, a rogue, a fighter, and a wizard. Actually, I think it's 2 wizards. And on the back, right? So like it starts with level 1 on one side, and then in order to level up, you just flip the card, which is really handy because D&D rules, even 5e, get a little bit crazy with like leveling up. All right, and then I actually photocopied a bunch of these so that, oh, here's another cleric card, so that I would have some extras. So in case everybody wants to do this all at once, they can have some extras. Here's a map of the keep on the Borderlands, which is nice. And then here's another map of the overland travel. So there's 3 different books with different scenarios. I showed you the one with the caves. Here's some tokens. Some of them they already put out. They've already done all the gem tokens. Hit points rather, and then power tokens. So this could be like for spell casting, right? And it shows you like 5 HP. So that's cool. This is a part of an adventure. I always like handouts. This teaches the kids the importance of the handouts. This is your play guide. Okay, so this is like, if you're brand new to this, instead of reading like oh, I don't even know. Oh, here it is. The player's handbook, right? So here's the player's handbook. And the kids will want me to bring this tomorrow. But it's huge. You're never going to read this and then play. This is a reference book. This, you just go in here and you look. It tells you where the cards are. It tells you what to do with the cards. There's equipment, spells. It tells you like what a cone is. If you're doing an area effect spell. It explains monster cards. The monster cards are awesome. It tells you about abilities, D20 text, ability checks. Tells you about saving throws. Tells you about advantage, disadvantage, how to attack. Tells you about bonus actions, right? All this stuff. Exploration, combat. Tells you about positions. Tells you about rolling for damage, right? Here's damage and healing. So you can go through this one step at a time with a brand new group of players and just go page by page. And it's basically a syllabus for your class. Do you know what the word syllabus is? If you're a teacher, you obviously know what that means. But yeah, go ahead and put it in the comments below and let the rest of us who don't know Latin know what that means. Lots of great pictures. Here's the wilderness one. So you have the Caves of Chaos, the Keep on the Borderlands, and then the wilderness one. Oh, and here's another fighter card. Awesome. So here we get to like the cool stuff. There's a lot of bags in here. I threw a couple bags in here as well. Because once they punch out these monster tokens, they're just going to like go everywhere. And so it'll be fun for the kids to like try to figure out where they all are. Here's your dice. I threw some extra ones in here. But yeah, you basically have I think you have 2 D20s. Nope, looks like you have 1 D20. You have a D20, you have 3 D6. Why would you have 3 D6? Well, 3 D6 is like, it's a common damage die, but also because if you're going to roll characters, you'll roll 3 D6 to get your abilities. There's a D12, there's 2 D10s, there's a D8, and actually there's 4 D6, which is even better for rolling. And then there's a D4 as well. And of course, the kids already did all the gold tokens. They already punched those up. Here's a nice sheet. It's called a combat tracker. So here you put the initiative order, right? So when people roll initiative, if you don't know what that is, watch my video. I'll make another video explaining combat. This is who it is. This is how many hit points they have. And these are any conditions. So if they get like paralyzed or if they have fear or anything like that, they can run away. Okay, this is a nice handy card that tells you what you can do on your turn. So here's like social actions and investigative actions. And then here is like combat actions. Okay, now we look at monster cards. So these used to be in alphabetical order, but basically you have a picture of the monster or the NPC. This is a cultist. So, and then on the back, you have their stat block. You have what they can do. And you have like little like notes on the side. So like, let's say a giant fire beetle. And then over here, it'll tell you, okay, Here's its strength, dex, charisma, wisdom, right? Initiative. Here's its armor class and hit points. Here's what it can do on its turn, right? So it already gives you illumination. It can bite you, and it tells you what to roll, what your modifiers are. Great stuff here. All right. Here we have spell cards. So I already have a video about all the spell cards that I bought, but this comes with spell cards. It's pretty cool. So you got Tasha's, you got Thunderwave. So like Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it describes it on the back. It's a magic action. What you can do, you can target one creature you can see within 30 feet. You don't have to touch them. And then they have to make a saving throw. So it tells you that. But let's think of one like where you have to make an attack roll. So here's Thunderwave, right? Oops, that's a saving throw as well. Burning Hands, right? Saving throw. Come on, they're all saving throws. Fairy Fire, Guiding Bolt. Aha! Make a ranged spell attack against the target. Hit. If you hit, you get 4d radiant damage, right? That's what you do. Then you can cast it at higher levels. That sort of stuff. All right, cool. Let's see what else we got here. We have item cards. So equipment, like acid, antitoxin, ball bearings, Borderlands tabard, breastplate. And then on the back, it'll tell you like what it does. So here's a chain shirt, and it'll tell you while wearing this armor, you have armor class on the other side of this card. So right there, armor class is 3 plus dex, a maximum of 2, right? Your dex modifier. And then it says you must subtract your dexterity if the modifier is negative, blah, blah, blah. Very cool. Here's NPC cards. So it's like, who are these dudes? I don't know. They're people you meet in the adventures. So here's Yvette. That's what she looks like. She's an NPC. She's a human bank guard. This is what she can do. This is rumors about her. So if people ask information, she knows rumors. These are NPC cards, or background cards, I'm sorry. So for these go with like your character sheet. So let's say you're a fighter. And you say, okay, well, what species am I? Well, I'm a human. So you put your human card on the side there, and then when something comes up, you can look at it. Well, what's my thing? Okay, well, I'm medium. I have heroic inspiration whenever I finish a long rest. I'm likable, so I got a +2 to charisma persuasion checks. And I'm fortunate. I have 2 power tokens to fuel my good fortune. I can remove 1 and give myself advantage on a D20 test. Pretty cool, huh? So there's multiples of those, of each one, of the species ones. And then here's your background. So like, are you an acolyte, right? You get spell cards to start with. If you're a criminal, you already have like fast initiative. So you add 2 and you can swap initiative with somebody else. If you're an entertainer, you know, you can perform a song and give heroic inspiration to 2 allies. And then here's your weapons. So you got like Darth Maul. We'll do Maul because the Darth Maul series just came out. And I want to do a video about that actually because it's kind of weird. So that's what a Maul looks like. And it tells you right here, you get bludgeoning damage and you get 2d6 plus strength is the damage. And then here's the weapons properties. You got to use 2 hands. It's heavy. And then it says you have to make a Constitution saving throw and blah, 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 blah. Okay. And there's a bunch of them. There's crossbows, long swords, shields, short bow. All right. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, as you can see, like this thing is loaded. For $50, you get all these really cool cards that explain exactly what they do. You get, you know, because when people like first start playing, they're like, oh, I want to be a wizard. Well, wizard's like a hard thing to play because how do you know what the spells do? Well, here, they're right here. And then this thing fits in a nice little box at the end of the day. You just get the kids to like put everything back in the box. Ha! And if they do, great. Most of the time they don't, but you know, they're kids. So like, what are you going to do? But yeah, this is a great tool for teaching and I love it. Hope you guys like it too. If you teach kids how to play D&D, let me know. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I might even interview you on the channel. If you don't, but you're trying to learn how to do that, ask me questions because I have many years of experience doing this. I am a certified eventually DM, if you know what that is. And yeah, I've been teaching kids and adults how to play D&D for a long time. Especially beginners. I love teaching beginners because I love seeing that light in their eye whenever they first get it, right? So whenever they're just like, oh my gosh, this is great. I can be anybody I want to be. And then when they stop playing themselves, like what would I do in this situation? And they start playing their character sheet. And they're like, wait a minute. It says here that I'm really brave. And they'll be brave. Or they'll say, I have a fear of fire. And so they encounter fire and they react to it theatrically and in character. That's my favorite part. All right. Well, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. And yeah, I don't get anything from this. Like Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro doesn't give me any money for this. I just think it's a great product. And I will leave a link in the description box that you can buy it off of Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate. But if you can get it from your local gaming store, support your local gaming store because in-person D&D is awesome. And if you can't play in person, and I understand why, there's a lot of scheduling things and everything, or you're just in a remote location, doing it online is great too. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you on the next one, and peace, and thanks for subbing, and maybe even Patreon me. Thanks.